What I like about the Liberal Studies program is that we haven't created a degree specifically for online students. We have a degree that we just happen to offer to online students. And so I'd like to make it very clear that there is no asterisk next to a degree if you're an online student. It's the same degree you'd get if you came here and lived in our dorms and went to school. You have the chance to work with the same faculty members, you have a chance to take the same classes, and if you're an online student you're going to end up taking classes with people who actually live in our dorms. So you end up having as close to the real experience as possible without actually being here. Still, online students do have some additional challenges that campus-based students don't. One of them is that you're not here, and I think that's part of what my role will be for online students, is to kind of be that link between your home life and your work life and your school work life. So you can't run around as an online student and visit various offices, but you can contact me and let me kind of take care of those opportunities to talk to certain people on campus, to bring the information together into one place so that you can actually make decisions without having to do a lot of that extra legwork. Thankfully, we've been doing this quite a while, that we have that background already, so it doesn't take a lot of legwork at this point. As an online student, you're also going to have to worry about time management, maybe more so than a campus-based student. Certainly campus-based students have to worry about time management quite a bit as well. But online students tend to be adult students who are also working for a living, who have children and families that they have to take care of and spend time with as well. And so time management becomes even more important. So as an online student, what a lot of students end up doing, which I think is really good advice that they've shared with me, is that they set their own schedule. So we may not say that your online class meets on Tuesday evenings, but as a student, that's not necessarily a bad idea. Say my online class meets Tuesday night, my other online class meets Wednesday night, and just apologize to your family. I'm sorry, I'm going to be in class, and you go into your office, your home office, and close the door, and you have some free time. One benefit of being online, and I hear this from many students, is that they feel they end up knowing their faculty members and end up knowing their classmates better than they would if they are on campus. So there's a pro and con here. So in a campus-based course, and you may have experienced this yourself, you can come to class, you can sit in the back, you can kind of be quiet and listen, be passive in your learning instead of being fully engaged in the class, and that's perfectly fine in some campus-based courses. But in an online course, if you're not actively involved in the class, you're not in the class. You don't exist unless you participate. We don't even know you're there unless you participate, because you're at your home. Obviously we don't know what you're doing if you're not engaging with us. And so what happens is the communication that happens in the bulletin board ends up being at a level where individuals get to know other individuals in a way that's in some ways much more intimate and much more personal than it would be if they were face-to-face. As an online student, one of the temptations often is to postpone your work, to procrastinate. And that does make sense to a certain extent, because you're coming home from a long day's work, you've got a lot of things to do, and you can always do your schoolwork tomorrow. The best advice I could give any online student is to think of each week as its own list of responsibilities and its own list of deadlines. So if in week 1 you can finish all the work and all the readings from week 1, then when you go on to week 2 you have nothing behind you, you don't have any pressure, you've not held over any assignments so that it feels like it's more work than it really is. And if you can maintain that week by week list of this is what needs to be done this week, this is what needs to be done the next week, this is what needs to be done the week after that, then you're more likely to have less stress in your life, certainly, but you're also more likely to do better in your classes, to get better grades, and also just to learn more and to have a better experience.